Hi YouTube and welcome to Retrograde. Tonight in the shed, Hit Squad t-shirts on, and we're going to do some pickups that I've been waiting to do for a couple of weeks now. I just haven't had the time. It's been so busy recently. But if you do remember back, you'll remember I've done a part 1 of Amstrad Hit Squad titles that I managed to pick up from the Hit Squad Collective group on Facebook. Hit Squad Collective is a great place to pick up games. Loads of friendly guys on there, all trying to help each other out to get the common goal, which is obviously completion. But a lot of people are just on there, you know, they just want to talk about their favourite games, take photos, show us their collections, all kinds of stuff like that. So, a guy on there wishes to remain anonymous, but I'm sure if you're part of the group, you'll have seen because you know it was a public post on there when I bought them. He put up a collection of I think it was nine hit squads for a great price, and it was just too good to turn down. The majority of these I needed as well, so I've actually already opened these because I need to go through to find out where exactly I was at. So I've put them to one side, and I'm just going to give you guys a quick look, see what you think. The first one is New Zealand Story, and that is Arcade 32. It's simply one of the most playable games around. Yeah, I mean, for the 64, this is excellent. I've never played a bad version of this game. I must admit, I haven't played it on the Amstrad yet, but I played it on the Spectrum, and that's a cracking game. So I do enjoy New Zealand Story, and that'll come in handy when one day into the very, very distant future, I finally get onto the Amstrad collection. But the way things are going at the minute, it's going to take a long time to get there. Next is Movie 21, and that is The Untouchables. Pretty decent film for back in the day. I've never played this game, I'm not going to lie to you. Great stuff. It got 94% in Smash, but doesn't actually say oh sorry, that's in Crash, a Crash Smash. So I do believe Crash was a Spectrum man. I think it was the same guys who done Zap as well. They were pretty reliable, unless of course you're talking about Renegade 3, which the Zap rated at something like 90% or something. I don't know what game they were playing. It certainly wasn't the same game I've played. But anyway, so movie number 21, and we have The Untouchables. Speaking of Renegade, we have arcade number 19. We have Target Renegade. So Target Renegade is the second of the trilogy. I've played it a couple of times. It sticks pretty close to the original. Got good ratings in Zap and Your Sinclair magazine. Yeah, the screenshots on the back look pretty decent. Let's see if you can see those guys. Thinking maybe the Commodore Amstrad at the top, possibly the Spectrum down here. But yeah, enjoyed that game. It's quite an easy one to pick up as well. Shouldn't cost too much, but it's great when you can get them in a bit of a job lot bulk bag. Again, a game I've never played. This is Sports number 13, and here we have Match Day 2. So Match Day 2, top of the league in the best football game around. It says Crash, it's a Crash Smash. And its sheer depth is unbelievable, and it's too good to miss, says Zap. However, on the Commodore 64, if it wasn't Emlyn Hughes Soccer, I wasn't really interested. I preferred International Soccer because it was a cartridge game, so it was like instant loading. And yeah, I probably would not have went anywhere near this. As I say, Emlyn Hughes International Football was the one for me. All of the football games were just second best. Okay, so then we move on to Arcade 21, which is Afterburner. Sure, we've all played this in the arcades, etc. Yeah, didn't port quite as good to the 8-bit micros as I'm sure you can imagine. I mean, you're not going to be able to recreate that experience on a computer made in 1981. So, or as the Amstrad was, I think it was 1984. Either way, it's still 8-bit. But it's a nice one to add to the collection. It's nice to see it with that orange banner right at the top there. Next, we're going to move on to movie 18. Loved this movie as a kid. Pretty much like all Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. Still do. Yeah. What more can you say about Arnold Schwarzenegger? You know what you're going to get. Some good taglines. Lots of people getting shot. Unless you're watching one of his attempts at comedy or family films, which, in my opinion, are some of his worst. But yeah, that's movie 18, and that's Red Heat. Bizarrely, for me, I have played this one, and I didn't quite enjoy it. It's weird. You only get to see the top half of his body at any time. There's lots of naked scenes where you're in the male swimming baths and things like that. Nice if you can, nice if you enjoy that sort of thing. So next, absolute classic. On the Spectrum, it's an absolute classic, which is this is arcade number 6. Now I've just played this not half an hour ago on the Commodore 64 for the Hit Squad collection that I'm going through, and I'm up to arcade 6 on the Commodore 64. And unfortunately, it's one of them games where you have to play it using the joystick and the keys, which I am remarkably bad at. So yeah, we'll see how this goes on the Amstrad. I'm not hoping for much better than the. Although saying that, some Amstrad games are really similar to Spectrum games, so you never know. That might actually be a hidden gem. It might just be me being a bit pessimistic. I can't help but have to struggle with the Commodore 64 version. Now, this is a game that I think struggled on all 8-bits hard driving. I'm sure it was pretty good on them. I think it might have been the Amiga. I wouldn't say pretty good, but it was just like, it wasn't the jerkiest driving game that you've ever seen. This is Arcade 40. Being higher up in the numbers, you'd possibly expect that to be a harder game to come by, but it's not. A lot of people must have bought that game expecting the arcade experience, and I think a lot of people will have been disappointed. So this is a game that I've played on the Amstrad, and personally I think that Amstrad does this type of game especially well. So does the Spectrum. I think they both do it better than the Commodore 64. And this game is number Arcade 12, and that's Head Over Heels. Head Over Heels is like an isometric puzzler. It is a really good playable game. You can see on the back there, you've got the nice isometric levels there. I'm hoping that the Amstrad one is this one at the bottom corner here. It looks nice and bright. I always associate the Amstrad with nice bright colours for the in-game graphics. And it's a flick screen rather than any sort of scrolling, which is where the machine normally struggles. So I always think that that game translated really well for the Amstrad. So yeah, I'll be looking forward to playing that one again. So this was a short video, guys. I just wanted to get part 2 out so that I can then move on to a lot more Hit Squad pickups that I've been lucky enough to get recently. Did go through a bit of a dry spell. The various members on the group, some more renowned collectors than others, have given up with their collection, so they've been selling a lot of their stuff off. I was able to pick up some of the less desirable titles. Still hard for me to get, but not the big money like you're talking about with like Darkman, Narc, things like that. But I have been able to boost the collection, so that I think I'm really happy with where I'm at the minute. But they'll be in another later video. I'm going to try and keep these ones down to around about 10 minutes, so that I don't know. It's a bit more. Just have a quick look at them and show you guys what I've been getting in. So yeah, that's all for tonight, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Maybe if you could check out the Hit Squad collection videos that I'm doing, you can see some of these games being played, and you can see how remarkably bad I am at them. I'm not proud to say it at all, but I can't wait to get some games that I do play a lot and that I am good at. Because at the minute, that just seems like a lifetime away. But we're battling through, and we'll get there in the end. So, tonight's game that I'm playing is The Legend of Atlantis from Sidetronic. I think this is a fantastic new or newish game. I think it was released in 2018. We're going to give that a blast. See how far we can get on that. It is one of the games I'm better at. I think it's just because it's slow and you don't have to use many buttons. You just got to use like the joystick and a fire button, which is what I like. So anyway, guys, stay safe. Good to see you again. Like and subscribe if you like watching pickup videos for old 8-bit computers. And from Retrobit, goodbye.